did you make of that performance today?
Well, it was a good game. Two contrasting styles of football, but they're a good side, Wimbledon. And you know, the results have shown this season. They scored plenty of goals, they're a danger. They're really good players. You know, Pigott is harmful for anybody really at this level. And we had a game plan, and I'm sure they had a game plan. And we had to just pass the ball better, you know, playing on a nice surface. That was the thing that we tried to focus on the last week. And I think we did today. You know, we made some chances, rolled our luck a little bit. And it's one of them, you can't underestimate how much luck plays a part in football. Just little breaks here and there that go for you, and we had them today. You know, you're thinking it's not going to be your day when they hit the post and it falls right to the lad. Good poacher's finish. But we've scrapped away and got the 2 goals, and then, you know, the poster saved us late on. But little things were just breaking for us at the right time. You know, little fouls here and there, and stoppages of play which broke the play up a bit and frustrated Wimbledon a little bit. But I'm sure there's going to be plenty of games for both sides like that. But I think if both teams continue playing in that vein of form, I think we should be safe for another year in League One. Yeah. But that's, you know, it's a long way to go yet.
How much did it please you coming from behind it as well? Not you know, an easy start to the game, but you battled back and 2 nicely taken goals as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's always pleasing to come from behind. You know, it's very difficult to do in this league, and any league, to be honest. Especially against a team of Wimbledon's quality, you know. And we just got to believe in ourselves. We've got to pass the ball more. We're quite in our infancy in the progress that we have at the moment. You know, I think this season we've given 5 or 6 league debuts to players, and that's a lot to gel out at once. You know, and you know, another one today with Johnny Russell. And you know, you've got to be patient with these lads. You're expecting, you know, the likes of Ryan Cassidy's played 4 league games in his life, and we're expecting to be like Joe Pigott. Is it Joe? Be like Pigott. And that only comes from experience and playing games, and knowing when to get your body in, how to lay it off, and that. And, you know, Ryan's got a great career ahead of him, but we're having to rely on these players because that's, you know, what we can get at the moment. That's the situation we're in at Accrington. But one thing we won't do is we won't overburden ourselves. We won't sign players that we can't afford and put the club's future in jeopardy. And, you know, I'm on the same page as the chairman on that.
For young players, for a young team, what does it do for them to get the first away win of the season?
Fantastic. It'll do their appetite for the game no harm. It'll do their confidence no harm. We should have a pleasant coach journey coming home, which will be good. We had a good night last night. Played a few games with them. Not so much bonded, but you know, we do like a Krypton factor game. I mean, they have all 5 games, and some appalling answers, some appalling.
Who won?
The captain's team won. He's just very, very clever when it comes to the final rounds. But there was some skill games. It's a bit like the Cube actually, and we let ourselves down a little bit. And Luke did as well. He let the staff down. So.
Yeah, how important is that though on a away trip like that to kind of get some of these players gelled together and figure out the group?
I think they've just got to be, you know, mindful of that. They're doing something together, and then, you know, they go to bed at 9:30, and it stops them having that dead couple of hours from after they've finished dinner where they're twiddling their thumbs, and you know, they're watching telly or they're playing computer games, and it just gets them talking to each other really, which is quite good, and you know, it allows the staff to relax as well.
Yeah, one of the new boys you're getting involved in that Krypton factor, Johnny Russell, coming into the side. What do you expect from him going forward? He's
a good player, you know. We knew his pedigree from Chelsea. He's someone who's been on our radar for a bit, and you know, we've got Terry who's, you know, learning, you know, what men's football's about, and you know, he works ever so hard, Terry. And they're all game. They're all really, really nice lads. And you're fortunate if you can get that as a blend of lads, you know, who no clicks, and they're all getting on with each other. And I'm sure there'll be ups and downs throughout the season, but they're enjoyable to work with, and they're taking on board what you're trying to coach them into. You know, we trained on the way down at Milton Keynes yesterday afternoon, and a lot of the things that we practiced and we did in the shape came to fruition today. So I think it's good for them to see it work firsthand, the younger lads. different for the older players like Seamus and Mark. They've been around the block a few times, but it's good when you've got a philosophy of playing, you've got a style of playing, and then they see how it can be adapted to a game. And obviously it's always better when you're successful because it makes them want to replicate it.
Is John Russell the only addition you expect before they close the window?
No, I'm still hoping to maybe bring a goalkeeper in and possibly 2 others, which might indicate that we've got a top-heavy squad, but we haven't. We've got a lot of kids, and we have got a 23s. So every time we sign a player, people think they're going into the first team squad. A lot of the recent signings we've made, no, not so much with John Russell, but the likes of young Reece and Tom Scully, who's been on the bench all season. They're ones for the future, and they're in the 23 squad, and we don't really count them. So we'll have a good, healthy competition for places. I'd like to bring another experienced striker in before the end of the window, and obviously I need to bring a goalkeeper in, and possibly one other.
Colby Bishop got his first start of the season, put in a real shift for you. He looks as if he was limping a little bit when he came off.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect Colby to go past 60 minutes, and needs must. Ryan took a big heavy knock just before half time, and then got booked, and you're just mindful of the fact that he doesn't overstep the mark again, so we had to protect him on that. But for Colby to get 87 minutes, fantastic, and Colby only gets stronger. He came back pre-season and he was one of the fittest boys in the squad. He was at the front of all the running, and when we were running up and down the beaches, he was the leader, and then unfortunately he suffered an injury and he was out for 4 weeks, and that set him back. But Colby's lost a bit of weight. He's focused on his football this year, and it's a big year for him, and today he led the line really, really well today, and that's what we've missed. Hopefully he'll get stronger as the game's go on. Yeah,
just fairly busy week ahead for you. Back at the Crown Ground for Blackpool, the EFL Trophy, and then the game against Rochdale. How do you approach the next week and the squad you've got?
Well, Rochdale have had a fantastic win today. They've beat Fleetwood, and we expect every game we play to be tough, but we also expect that we can give other teams a tough game. And if you don't want to be in that situation where it's going to be demanding, don't go in the league. And that's part and parcel of climbing the leagues. And I'm relishing every test that we've got, every challenge that we've got. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't stressful, but I really enjoy the stress.